Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Hope you have a wonderful day or night, wherever you're watching us from. In today's video, we're going to talk about, I guess, Vanguard, why we chose a certain product with them.
Yeah.
So in the past 12 months, we've been invested...
It's not 12 months, we invested since August.
Oh, did we? Okay, I thought it was like 12 months.
September. Yeah,
so when you first started, I guess, with Vanguard, it's a little bit complicated in terms of understanding which product you want to choose.
Yeah.
So we chose 3 so far, and within those 3, we're going to give you guys a breakdown why we chose them.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we're going to go through a couple of details. These are the details that we found from their website. I guess the main part of it is the main part is like understanding what you invested on, how much money you put it in, and
what's the return.
What is the return?
That's my concern. What's the historical return?
So we're gonna go through a few of them to give you understanding a little bit more. So the first code that we have, it would be Van 0004AU.
That's the first one we do we?
Yeah. So that one there, this type is a managed fund. Now we chose all of managed fund in our portfolio. The benchmarking would be S&P as well as ASX 300. What does that mean?
It's just Australian top 300 company that in the share market.
So for us, I guess this is for aiming for anyone out there who are new to this investment world. When I first read it, it's like, I don't understand any of this. So yeah, the other thing would be the fees involved would be 0.23% based on your capital. Minimum investment of $500, so that's pretty good. With a very small amount of $500, you can start investing with them. Fund size at 4.44 billion, I take it, and total fund holding is 33. Don't understand what that means either.
How many funding? I don't know.
I guess it's like how many funds.
You're the one who chose, but what I see, I never seen all this data. What I checked before, it was just performance.
Yeah, so in that aspect, it's like, okay, there's a lot of information. What does this mean? Don't know.
Yeah.
And the way I see it is like, okay, then I need to know the performance base. That's what we agreed on in terms of the performance. Do you want to go on the second one?
Yeah, I'll go second one. Sorry, just checking what are they. So the next one, I think is based on the number. I think that's the second one, or the first one we invested. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's Van 333AU, also managed fund. Is Msci World X Australia in Australian dollar index. Very funny, but I think that's the international share.
Yeah.
The fees is 0.18%. It's the lowest in these 3 funds we have invested. Minimum investment also $500. The fund size is the biggest, 23 billion, and total fund holding 1,490.
So those are the second one, maybe third one would be Van ticket number Van 0021AU. It's a managed fund as well. It's the same thing, but it's MSCI World X Australian Small Cap Index. The fees is probably the highest one on this one. Is 0.39% with a minimum investment of $500, and fund size is 1.7 billion. Total fund holding is 4,367 as of this thing being printed. Now, the reason why we chose these 3
mainly is performance. Second is the fee. The data we mentioned earlier doesn't really matter.
So that's how we decided. Like, there's a lot of product that Vanguard got, but this one here sort of makes sense based on our, I guess,
our criteria.
Yeah.
Because there are different funds. We were having conversation about should we invest in different funds in capital growth, or the other one is in cash. They pay you a dividend. So once we invested in I think it's the Van 0003, the international shares I mentioned earlier. After that, I was thinking, should we invest in something in high in return in cash flow, which means they pay dividend? But then you were against it.
Cash flow, well, at the moment, we kind of don't.
Yeah,
need it.
we don't need it. That's why. But I think in the future we may look into it.
Yep.
But first, we're looking into capital growth because we treat these as our long-term investment instead of retirement interest payout.
Yeah, more like a living lifestyle payout.
Yeah.
So the performance on these three alone, when we're looking at this, we always look at the longest term, which is about 10 years or plus. The whole three, it comes with a plus, I guess.
We're looking at any, as long as 2 digits, I'm happy.
Yeah. So our benchmark is got to be at least about 10% or higher.
Yeah.
That's how I looked at a certain product. Because we look at it, if it's 4% of your typical money, inflation going to hit roughly about 4%, 3%, somewhere around there. So your money have to work at least 3% more. And then you also wanted to grow.
Yeah, and there are some other fees they may charge you.
Correct.
Because I think last week or a few weeks ago, I was reading an article in Australia. I think the government built up an app or something. Anyway, they have an average of the super fund, how much they making for the past year or 5 years. Anyway, is approximately 8 to 9%.
Yep.
If anything less than that, I'm not interested.
Correct.
But anything more than 8 to 9, I'm really happy. And I got control.
Yeah.
By my money at any time I want.
That's it.
That's how we see it.
So give you an understanding with Van 000 at 4 AU. This particular performance as of 31st of December 2021 in the past 10 years was 13.99%. So I think that's an average per annum. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So if you can have an average, well, actually in the first year one alone, in the past 12 months, is 26%. Year 3 years, it was averaging about 13. 5 years was 9%, and then 10 years is 13.
I remember what is that, sorry. It's the real estate one. You know the property securities?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And now I'm like why the name is so weird when I check in the...
Oh, yeah.
Goodman.
Goodman. Goodman?
No,
Oh,
yeah.
Goodman.
The green one. Yeah.
So the next one?
The next one is the first we invested, the international share. Van 0003 AU. The year-to-date performance is the strongest, 29.6%. For the past 10 years, average was 16.91%. It's well above what we're asking for. Yeah. That's why we invested in this.
And the last one is Van 0021 AU. In year-to-date, it was 22%, but over the 10 years, we're looking at about 16% average. So, like the way we see it, anything above 10 is a bonus. Yes. That's the reason why we chose these three, with the capital that we have as well.
Yes, and also the fee.
Yeah. So if you can hit more than 10% on your money, like the return on your money, hey, you're doing quite well.
Yep.
So, what else is there? I guess the holding, I don't know if it makes sense to understand what you're actually purchasing.
Investing
so,
in.
I mean, with $500 on the first product, which is Van 000 AU, the holding majority of them is actually a real estate, like what you mentioned.
Yeah, it's property securities in Australia.
Yeah, Goodman, which is one of the biggest, I guess, real estate product out there. What else is there? Vicinity Centre, Mirvac Group, Stockland, which is a lot of shopping centres, I guess, in a sense. Dex's.
Because it seems like Australian market, the property market is just going crazier and crazier. Why can't we can't invest in them?
Yeah.
Because I don't know which one is good, so maybe invest in a whole basket of them.
That's that was the other thing, is like to minimize risk, instead of just buying one stock, buy a whole entire pool for a small amount of it.
Correct. And then, the one international big companies that we invested, the Van 0003 AU. Yep. And the main one, we own Apple. 4.8%, big name. Apple, Amazon, I didn't know it. Microsoft, Tesla, whoa, Facebook too.
Alphabet.
I don't know, Alphabet.
Google.
Oh.
Yeah. And NVIDIA. United Health Group. So majority of, I guess, your tech companies in this particular holding.
Yeah.
So instead of you just buying one single Apple share or
They're
Amazon,
just so expensive.
and instead of just buy that one, we'll rather get a whole.
You get a very small percentage of it, but at least if they grow, your portfolio will grow as well.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the small cap one, the Van 002121 AU. I don't know any of them because they're small cap.
Yeah, building for Source, Track, Quanta Services Incorporated, which is not really that big brand in a sense.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the long-term longevity of it with an average of 16% return. That's the reason why we chose it.
Well, I'm sure sometimes they will take out the company to start investing and then reinvest in some of the potential shares.
So none of this actually giving us any dividends. It just get reinvested over and over again. That's the style that we are going in. So hopefully this video actually gives you guys, I guess,
an insight how we choose the managed fund that we picked or invested in. Well, you may have a different strategy, but our is just currently growth and growth.
So anyway, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys have a good day.
And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.